Hello and welcome to my world. Today we are headed off to Rusutsu Amusement Park, and this morning it's a little drizzly. So I just bought park tickets. If you buy your park tickets online, you can buy them way in advance. But since I didn't buy my tickets online, I bought them at the ticket booth here. You have to buy them the day of your visit to the park. And the park opens at 9, closes at 4:30 today. The ticket office downstairs in the hotel opens at 8:45 a.m. And I don't feel any rain right now, so it looks like it did rain maybe a little bit last night, or maybe this is just the drizzle. But based on yesterday, the park shouldn't be too busy anyway. This is where our hotel room is. One of these rooms up here, I'm not sure exactly which one, but one of those windows. My family are still getting ready to go. So this is the door that I just came out. This is the back door of the hotel. And as far as weather goes, they do close certain attractions if it's heavy rain. Right now, everything is open except for 2 of the roller coasters. So I'm not sure which 2. The lady at the ticket booth did not know, but she just said 2 of them were closed. And she said that, and the weather report confirmed this, she told me that their weather report said that today is just going to be cloudy. So if it clears up a little bit better than this, she said all the attractions should open later. So they will not be closed all day long, basically. So that sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go inside the hotel room and catch up with the rest of my family. Hopefully they should be ready to go any minute now, so we can go inside Rusutsu Amusement Park. So I've invited you to come along on this adventure, and I'm real excited because I've never been to this park before. So, by the way, I should mention this hotel, and there's also a little shopping mall here too, so I'm walking through the shopping mall. This hotel and shopping mall complex is a little complicated, so just be aware that you may get lost in here, a little confused. If you've been to Tokyo Disneyland, it kind of reminds me of the way Xperi is laid out, just not as large. But yeah, if you've been to Xperi, I think everybody gets lost inside of there, including me, and I've been there countless times. So anyway, this is the way up to the hotel rooms, this escalator right here, so I'm going to go up. We are back here at Rusutsu again, amusement park. And here's the sky ride. Thank goodness we rode the sky ride yesterday, because today all you would get is a view and a ride through the fog. So thank goodness we did that yesterday when the weather was much better. But the fog, based on the weather report, the fog should burn off. Oh, okay, I see the Aero Corkscrew coaster is operating, so that's good. If I were to guess, probably the 2 closed attractions would be the Misho Shuttle Loop coaster and the Vekoma SLC, because those are the fastest coasters here. Just a wild guess, but we'll find out. And I'm happy to take you with me on a fun amusement park day. Well, I was wrong. The Vekoma SLC is open, so I'm actually gonna start out my park day on a Vekoma SLC. This will be the first time in my lifetime of being a coaster enthusiast I'm starting out a park day by riding one of these. So my son and I just got off of a double ride on the Misho Shuttle Loop coaster, and the park is so empty that I doubt I'll be able to film any of the coasters in operation today because there's so few people riding. But it is open. I thought this would be one of the rides that was closed because it's so fast. But my first impressions of riding this, I was expecting a lot of headbanging because it does have over-the-shoulder restraints, unlike Schwarzkopf Shuttle Loops. But no, I did no headbanging at all. It was not super smooth, but it did feel a lot like a Schwarzkopf Shuttle Loop, aside from the launch at the beginning. Positive G's through the loop were not, I thought they'd be punishing, like over 5 G's, positive G's through the loop, but no, not at all. It felt, as far as positive G wise, it felt almost identical to a Schwarzkopf Shuttle Loop, like Montezuma's Revenge. So very cool ride. My son and I got a double ride on it. He was fine with it. I thought maybe he'd get sick or something, but no, he was fine. And so both of us have a very rare coaster credit. There's not many of these Misho Shuttle Loop coasters left in operation. This may be the last one, and certainly there's never been one in the US. So that was cool. What a great way to wake up in the morning. So now we're gonna head over to the Aero Corkscrew Coaster, which is, I believe, is down here. The Corkscrew was operating, and I actually have a fun history with Aero Corkscrew coasters, which is why I know a lot of coaster enthusiasts now don't ride them and they don't like them. They say they're rough and that sort of thing, but I have a soft spot in my heart for all Aero Corkscrews that I come across, and I'll get to that when we get down here. So this is their S&S Space Shop, which is interesting. It actually has S&S on it, if you notice. S&S Sports Power, Logan, Utah. That's the old name. And actually says, feel the American power. Interesting. So we'll go down here. This is where the ropes course is. Oh, the little monorail thing is right. I definitely want to do that. Where you pedal. It's actually open, so that's cool. I'm amazed the ropes course is open. I thought it'd be wet. They would not let people do that, but there you see, there's a lot of people on it. So definitely want to do this. These are cool. And the Aero Corkscrew is over here. Oh, one funny thing too about the shuttle loop coaster is we both rode in the front seat, and I had my hands up. At the bottom of the loop, there's a tree that's growing out. The branches are growing out over the track, and I guess they didn't do their typical spring yard work here because my hand seriously smacked into one of the branches. I think I broke it off. Part of it, the tip of the branch broke. I didn't hurt my hand or nothing like that, but anyways, that was pretty funny. It's like, oh, what was that? Oh, it's a branch. Oh, I'd like to ride the little kiddie train, but it looks like it's closed. Looks like it hasn't operated in a long time. It's called the Sun Frontier Country Train. Oh, I think this is the train that goes back to one of the hotels. I think it goes back to the Rusutsu Resort Hotel. Looks like it hasn't operated in a long time based on the amount of rust I see on the rails. But let me just try to get a better view of it here. I don't know who manufactured this. It's a Mogul locomotive, a 260. But yeah, it looks like it hasn't operated in a long time based on the condition of those rails. Oh man, I really wanted to ride this too. As I said before, when we were at Shanghai Disneyland, I am a steam locomotive enthusiast. And I love trains and I love train rides. And my locomotive obsession with steam locomotives is how I got my internet nickname. It's not because I speak Spanish, it's because I am a steam locomotive enthusiast. So there's part of the Aero Corkscrews right there. This is one of the older models, like Python at Busch Gardens, Tampa. You can tell because it has the arching supports over the two corkscrew inversions. Here it is in all its glory. Aero welded together track construction. Anyways, I was saying, my very first time ever seeing a roller coaster with inversions was the original Corkscrew at Knott's Berry Farm, which of course has gone down in history as the world's first successful looping roller coaster. And I couldn't ride it when it first opened. I remember watching it when it opened in 75 or 76. I can't remember the exact year, but I remember watching it as a little kid, and I wasn't tall enough to ride. But I remember just standing underneath it, or next to it, and just being absolutely blown away by the roller coaster train actually going upside down. It was like so mesmerizing to me as a little kid. I'll never forget it. One cool thing about the Knott's original Corkscrew, which still operates today, it's at Silverwood. It's called the Corkscrew there. It still operates to this very day, so you can ride roller coaster history. It was not scrapped, cut up and scrapped or anything like that. It's still running right now. But one of the cool things about when it operated at Knott's Berry Farm, its first few years, because it's a 6-car train, on the underside of each car was a white letter in the name Knott's. K-N-O-T-T-S was on underneath each one, and you could only see it when the coaster train went through the inversions. So that was a really cool touch by Knott's Berry Farm back in the day. I remember as a kid, I thought that was so cool. Also, my other tie to the Knott's Berry Farm Corkscrew is that the Corkscrew was originally supposed to be installed at my home park when I was a little kid, which is long gone, Frontier Village. For those that don't know, Frontier Village was owned by, towards the end of its days, owned by the Rio Grande Industries, and Rio Grande also owned Aero Development, or at that time it might have been called Aerodynamics, but they also owned Huss Rides too. But Rio Grande Industries was looking to get into the amusement business. So if all had gone well, the very first roller coaster with inversions, the corkscrew, would have been installed at, yes, my home park, Little Frontier Village. And I have seen photos of managers of Frontier Village actually riding the prototype corkscrew at Aero Development's facility in Mountain View, California. But as we know, the Knott family swooped in, bought the corkscrew off of Aero Development in Mountain View. They installed it in Buena Park, and roller coaster history as we know it could have been quite different. And who knows, Frontier Village could have been the center of the world's first successful looping coaster. Anyways, enough of my babbling. Let's go for a ride. One thing that's really nowadays unique about this Aero corkscrew is that it is all manual. So I'll show some of that on the other side of the station. So you can tell this is one of the older Aero corkscrew coasters because it has these arched support structures over the two inversions. So the original Knott's Berry Farm corkscrew had that, and also Python at Busch Gardens Tampa had that. If you know where to look, you'll notice that this does not have the automatic shoulder restraint or release mechanism underneath. Yes, this one has, this train is the older style Aero corkscrew train that has the foot pedal activated shoulder restraint release. So I'll show that in the station in a minute. So one thing that identifies this as an older Aero train is that, notice the intermediate cars have a flat front. They're not curved. So if you're younger, if you look at Magic Mountain's Viper, for example, they have curved faces right there. They're not flat on the front like that. And also, note the brake release. It's got an old style foot pedal to release on it. And yes, he comes by the ride operator, and when the train stops in the station, he actually applies the foot pedal to release the restraints. It doesn't have that long bar underneath the track that automatically comes up and releases the restraint. So I have not seen one of these older style Aero trains in a long time. The original corkscrew at Knott's Berry Farm had these. And the turn of the century at Great America, back home in California, also had these. One other sign that this is an older Aero corkscrew train are these shoulder restraints here. They are not hydraulic at all. They're the old style ones that click down in place. So this is definitely an older style train, or other way around. These are the hydraulic restraints. They're not the newer style mechanical ones that click down. So definitely an old school train, and you don't see them like this anymore. So brought back a lot of childhood memories. And when I was a kid, the Knott's Berry Farm ride operators would actually stand over there at that fence next to the train as it sped back into the station, and would actually with their feet release all 6 of these pedals to release the shoulder restraints before the train came to a final stop in the station. So it was really cool to watch them step on all 6. They'd go bam, 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 bam 6 times, stepping with their feet. It was really cool. Ah, memories. So who knew that I would relive childhood Knott's Berry Farm memories all the way here in Hokkaido, Japan at Rusutsu Amusement Park. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna do the cycle monorail, and this is cool. I've ridden similar rides to this, modern versions like at Legoland, but this is, I believe, completely manual. There's no electric power with this one, so it's powered strictly by your feet. So here we go. This is gonna be fun. Never done one of these. So I'm not allowed to film, but I just want to, on the ride, we just want to take, these are the vehicles, and you pedal, and there's a handbrake, just like on a bicycle. And there is no electrical power. They are strictly powered by your feet and your legs. That was fun. That was fun. A lot of fun. So that was really cool. I would like to do that again if we get a chance, but they don't allow it to film. I think they don't allow any loose articles on rides here at all. So not allowed to take my camera on any of them, but I would love to film because back there behind the trees. It actually goes through like a tunnel of trees. It's really cool. That was fun. Okay, so we're gonna head back. Oh, we're gonna see the SNS space shot go? We're gonna see the SNS space shot go. That's one thing they say too before they dispatch any ride here. They say, "Be happy," which is the park's slogan. There it goes. Boom. Oh, unfortunately these guys aren't working. I thought maybe there's a button you press, like the tree one in the hotel lobby, but no, I didn't see anything. So, oh, unfortunately I was looking forward to seeing these guys, but maybe next time. Here's one of the restaurants here. I'm not sure what they have, so let's just go inside and take a peek. Take your pick of any of the tables. Plenty of places to sit. Oh, there goes the shuttle loop. I actually captured the Misho shuttle loop coaster in action for a change. And that dude's got the solo ride. So what do they have in here? Okay, looks like they have ramen in here. Oh, okay, you got takoyaki in here. Fried chicken, corn dogs, okay. Oh, pork cutlet, okay. This is like their food court area. Beef curry. Oh, I see you order. Looks like you can order on the machine too. And there's a gift shop over here. Let's go check out the gift shop. What do they have in here? Hoping I can find some park merchandise here. I'm not sure, but we'll take a look, see what they have. Up next, we're gonna ride the Monster. I remember as a kid riding the Lobster at Great America. Back then, Marriott's Great America. And it was similar to this. Over here is the Music Express. A little spinning teacup ride, flat ride, and this cool little mouse coaster. I forgot who manufactured this one, but they call it Go-Go Sneakers. And that's because look at the cars you sit in. You sit in these little shoes. Pretty cool. Hopefully they don't stink. I don't know. We'll see. But we're gonna hop on this. Looks like it's open. Yep, I see the lift chain going a little bit. So I'm definitely gonna ride this. See, look, little sneakers. Oh, and you sit in line, okay, like a traditional mouse coaster, not side by side. So I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna hop on. So there's the Go-Go Sneakers, one of the sneakers in action. So very fun little mouse coaster. Packs quite a punch, I gotta admit, these turns are very tight, even, you know, by mouse coaster standards. But definitely much more fun than more modern mouse coasters like those made by Aero Development. So this is definitely much more fun. Or aerodynamics, I should say. But definitely a lot of fun. And the funny thing is, the ride operator, when you come up to this final brake run here on my left, the ride operator actually screams out, "Brake!" So it tells you to grab and hold on. Yeah, the brake is pretty sudden too. And they warn you about that before you ride. So I'll show you right here on the final brake run here. So maybe he'll yell it out. Yeah, that's what he's telling. He's telling him get ready for the brake. It's very funny. I've never experienced that on a coaster ever in my life with a guy yelling out, get ready for the brake. Fun, fun, fun. I think I'm gonna do it again. It's so much fun. So my son and I got to ride this together. I thought we might be too tall. They wouldn't let us ride together, but no, they let us ride together in these little tiny, tiny cars. And one thing too is that there's no trim brakes on this. So we were flying through it. It's a lot of fun. So to give you an idea how small these cars are, this is the size of the track, I guess, when they do maintenance on it. Look how short that thing is. Oh, it's such a fun ride. That's good. I like that. One thing I should mention too, which is really cool, is that before they dispatch any of the rides here, they have the riders say the slogan of the park there, which is, be happy. I like that. That's cool. So I'll head down here. And I wanted to film this yesterday, but I had to catch up with my family, so I didn't get a chance to. There is an Aero corkscrew train here. 2 cars from Aero corkscrew train. I guess they use this as a photo opportunity. Oh, they removed the restraints here, so you can actually climb into it. But check this out. And just like the train that's on the corkscrew coaster here right now, this is an older one with a flat style front there on the intermediate cars. And see if the bearings are still good. Oh, no. Oh, okay, they spin a little bit. For those of you that actually, okay, oh, they've removed them, but okay, so this is a good chance. For those of you that don't know roller coaster technology and terminology, these are the road wheels right here. They go on top of the rails. These are called the upstop wheels down here. Ooh, look at all that bearing play in that one. Nice rusty bearings too in the road wheels. And they've removed them, but on the inside of the rails, right here, they removed them, but right here are the guide wheels. There's one there, and there's normally one right there. But this also is a good way to show what I call the Aero shuffle. And the Aero shuffle is when this entire axle assembly here will yaw like this. The whole thing will pivot around that point right there, and the whole thing will cause the train to shimmy on straight track, just a left, right, left, right, left, right, real quick. And I call that the Aero shuffle. So some coasters do that. Demon at Great America does that when you go through the tunnel. It'll shuffle left, right, real quick. But anyway, this is pretty neat. You can actually go in these and take pictures. So they have these little ramps set up here. Climb up here, hope they don't trip. But yeah, oh, look at that. Now if you sit in it now, you get a wet booty, but all the shoulder restraint mechanism has been removed. But pretty neat. One of the things I like about these older Aero trains too, there's no panel there in the nose area, so if you sit in the front, you got lots of leg room. But it looks like they removed the coupler too. That's gone. But this is pretty neat. You can actually do this here at Rusutsu. See an Aero train, Aero corkscrew train up close. See, these ones spin. No, that one's seized. That one spins. But, oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. From home. Back in the Bay Area. Look what that builder's plate says. Aero Development Company, Mountain View, California. Yes, back home in the Bay Area. That's where they used to make these things. And when I was a kid, driving by the Aero facility in Mountain View on the freeway, I remember seeing a bunch of coaster cars and log flume parts sitting in the parking lot. And my parents refused to stop the car. I remember yelling at them, stop, I want to see it, I want to see it, stop, pull over. And they refused to stop the car. So I never got to see this stuff up close back home. And of course, Aero eventually became Aerodynamics, and then they moved to Utah and all that. So anyway, there's another, this is the lead car. There's another builder's plate right there. It says Aero Development, Mountain View, California. And you can still see the Aero building too in Mountain View. It still exists. I believe it's used as a machine shop nowadays. But here's where the pedals were to release the restraint mechanisms right there. But anyways, that's pretty neat. So down here, I believe this is a Togo stand-up coaster. I'm not sure how to get to it though, but let's see. We'll go around the carousel here. take a look. Oh, let's see if this coaster is open. This coaster down here, I had read it had not been open in a while, but we'll go take a look. No, it doesn't look like it's open. I wanted to ride this coaster here, but it looks like it's not open. Looks like it hasn't operated in a while. All the brake calipers are wrapped up with tarps and stuff. Here's the exit. Yeah, it looks like it's not open. None of the cars are on the track. I had read before we came here that this has not operated in about a while, so... Oh man, miss out on coaster credit here. Looks like it's got some pretty wicked turns. I don't know if this is a family coaster or maybe it's a spinning coaster, I'm not sure. But I have to do some more research. I forgot what kind of coaster this is and who made it. But maybe next time. Ooh, they have one of these rides. I don't remember what they called these, but I've ever seen these when I was a kid at traveling carnivals back home. And there's the Togo stand-up coaster. I don't know if it's operating. I haven't heard it running, so I hope it does. Let's see. Well, the sign says open. Okay. The layout of this park is quite strange. Let me tell you, it's really weird. It's like, the best I can describe this place is like a carnival in the woods on a hillside. So it's very strange. Okay, the sign said open there, but I don't know. We'll find out when we get up here. I have never ridden a Togo stand-up coaster. So I went to Kings Island. The first time I went to Kings Island was right after they removed theirs. So I think theirs was called, I think it was called King Cobra or Cobra, something like that. Please, I'm sure people in the comments will tell me what it is. But, oh, interesting. This one, the lift hill goes through the vertical loop. So I have not seen this thing operating. Nobody's riding it. I guess nobody comes down here, I'm not sure. But the sign down there said open. So let's check it out. The way this park works is you just show your ticket to get on the rides. There's no front gate, nothing. You just show your ticket. They don't even scan it. They just check the date to make sure the date is correct. And then that's it. And then you just hop right on. So very cool. No security. For the first time in a long time, didn't have to go through security, didn't have to open my camera bag, didn't have to empty all my pockets out. But the only thing is they do insist that you do empty all your pockets before you ride though. They do have free bins in the platforms, in the boarding stations, so you just leave your stuff there. So I'm ready to hop on this thing. I've never ridden one of these. So my son and I just got off of the Togo stand-up coaster. I'd love to film it in action, but there's nobody here. So they let us re-ride it actually. So we rode it twice. I rode it 3 times. I rode it first to see what it was like before my son got on it. And this is actually called, there's the name right there. It's called Standing Coaster. That's the name, not stand up, standing. So this is my first time riding a Togo stand-up coaster. Definitely not as smooth as a B&M stand-up coaster, but not that bad. I've been through certainly worse on other coasters with shoulder restraints. And the cool thing is, you get to ride the transfer track. So actually, you board the transfer track and the train is right now in the loading position, and then when it's time to ride, it slides over horizontally and lines up with the lift hill. Oh, good! The jet coaster's running. I haven't seen it run all day. I definitely wanted to ride that, so I'm so glad to hear that lift chain start up. So yes, I definitely want to ride that. And the ride operator here for the Togo stand-up, he actually told us that the Togo Ultra Twister is running today. So that's the coaster why I specifically came here to ride, was the Ultra Twister. That's at the back of the park. So he recommended we ride that. So, but I want to ride this little flat ride here, this pink and white one first. So I am really having good. This park is very strange, the layout, but I like it. It's quirky. And look, you can walk right underneath the stand-up coaster, and there's no netting under here or anything like that. You can have track grease, you can have wheel grease dropped on you as you go by here. That's something you won't see back home. So I do not know who makes this flat ride here, but I do remember seeing these at traveling carnivals when I was a little kid, or something similar, very similar to this, if it's not this one. So we're gonna go check that out. And yes, one thing about this park, it is built on a hillside, so you do a lot of climbing here, okay? So you definitely get in your cardiovascular workout, and because Rusutsu has such a high elevation, yeah, you feel it. It's kind of like when I go hiking in Lake Tahoe. So definitely, this is the one. It's called the swing around. Okay, definitely want to ride this. Here, I'll film what it does. I'll film what it does, just to show you what it does. That's the jet coaster going by. It has a pretty low height limit, so I don't think it's like an extreme ride or anything. And the sun is finally coming out, so that's good. Pretty noisy. It's pneumatically operated, it sounds like. Whoa, the cars swing out pretty high. I wonder if you can clip the trees. That's the old Spirit of the Kitty Hawk at Frontier Village. And one thing, the park is not busy. I wasn't sure how long we'd have to wait for rides and stuff, but no, the ride operators are waiting for us to come up to ride something, to start the ride for them. So, or start the ride for us. So this is great. So we're gonna hop on and go for a ride on this thing. Looks pretty cool. So this is another coaster here made by Misho. It's a jet coaster, and jet coasters are very common in Japan, but we don't have these back home in the US. So this is one of the coasters I was anxiously looking forward to riding. And I don't know technically what the definition of a jet coaster is. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comments below. But I believe it's just kind of like more like a train ride. Train ride with hills, I guess. They don't have inversions. I noticed they're all very long rides and kind of scenic. Like, see, this one goes down in the woods over there. Very scenic. Don't have steep drops. And this is interesting. We can walk right underneath the station. Look at this. This is something you cannot do back home. Walk underneath a coaster station without any safety barriers or anything. This is cool. Oh, I love this. Okay, some people are actually riding this, so I'll film a little bit of it actually running. But it goes all around this area here, this lower part of the park. And yes, they do have a log flume here too. I don't plan on riding, it's not really hot enough yet to ride that. But I'll go over here and just show the lift hill and stuff. So like the shuttle loop, this is also made by Misho. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please let me know in the comments below. How do you pronounce that? I always thought it was Misho, but I'm probably saying it totally wrong. And if you are from Japan, I really apologize for my horrible butchering of your language in all of these videos. Okay, that's not my intent. I probably sound like a complete idiot, which is nothing unusual, believe me. When I speak English, I sound like an idiot all the time anyway, so I'm kind of used to it. So me speaking another language that's not native to me, yeah, I probably sound like more of an idiot. But they are going to dispatch, I think. Oh, they're still loading people. Okay. Even though there's nobody here, because they make everybody empty all their pockets and everything and put their stuff in the storage bins in the stations, it does take a little while to dispatch. So thankfully, we don't have long waits or anything like that. But yeah, it goes way back here. Look at this. Okay, so they just dispatched. Here they go. It's a purple train. That's interesting. And unfortunately, it has shoulder restraints, even though it doesn't have inversions. It's quite noisy too, I might add. It's noisy when it's rolling around too. Oops. So it does not have very steep drops or anything. it looks like it gives you a beautiful view of the hills. So it's a very slow lift hill. Very slow. Okay, finally disengaged from the lift chain. That's as steep as it gets. Yeah, I mean, my son is itching to ride it, and so am I. So, very gradual drops on it. Looks like a very long ride. And I love long coaster rides. Oh, unfortunately, it's got a massive trim brake there. And then it goes back into the station. So definitely, we're gonna go ride that right now. I'll let you know what it's like. So we just got off, and it's called a mountain jet coaster here. And we just got off, my first time riding a jet coaster, and it's actually okay, but there's one portion in the second half of the ride when it just delivers a real jostle. The transitions are really bad, really rough. So the ride is perfectly fine until you get to that portion. I'll try to see if I can film it right here. Not when it's going through, I'm not gonna wait that long, but at least I can just show the track. You might be able to see it from here. But there's one section of track where it's like, okay, we're cruising along, all of a sudden it goes down a slight incline close to the ground, and it delivers a really, not bad. I mean, I don't know if I've experienced worse, but I'm trying to think. It's right here. Yeah, I think it's right here. Right here, where it goes under the track closest to the ground, right here. Yeah, this is it right here. So you're cruising along pretty good, pretty smooth. It's not, I wouldn't say it's super smooth, certainly not, but you're cruising along pretty good until this portion right here after the left turn. Right there, where it goes underneath the track. Right there, it goes down low, close to the ground. There's a quick left-right shot. And if you're not ready, I'm teaching my son how to ride defensively, so to avoid head banging. So he's learning. Every coaster here has shoulder restraints, by the way, so unfortunately. So I'm teaching him how to ride defensively. The techniques, same techniques I used when I was his height, when I was a little kid. So it works so far. So anyways, there's a quick shot to the left and then to the right, and I think to the left again or something like that. It's hard to remember, but yeah, it's that one spot of track right there. It'd be nice if they could reprofile that. So somebody call Mr. Werner Stengel, please, and work on those transitions there. So anyway, I think I'd like to do the go-karts. The go-karts are included with your admission ticket here, which is very rare. Back home, if there's any go-kart attraction, you always got to pay extra. And paying extra after I've already paid for an admission ticket at any amusement park or theme park, that goes against everything that I believe in. But the go-karts are over here. And it looks like a pretty long track, actually. So you can ride with two people in the go-karts. They have single carts and double seat ones. So I doubt they'll let me film on this. Okay, there goes. That guy took off. So the go-kart track goes along underneath the jet coaster. So I'm definitely gonna get on these. So there they go. So here's the go-karts, and I did not want to film because they actually go pretty fast. I was kind of surprised. If you are familiar with Disneyland Autopia cars, yeah, no, these are much faster, and of course they're not rail guided, so you can go anywhere. And oh, that's the sound of the guy's impact wrench right here. He's changing one of the wheels and tires right here. They kind of have an F1 style emergency jack there. But yeah, these things are fun. This is cool. This is a great ride. And I can't believe it's included with your admission ticket. So I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna have fun again. So here we are, my son is at the wheel. Go for the puddles. Yeah, there we go. There's no suspension in this thing whatsoever, so that's why I hope my video comes out bouncing all over the place. But this is great. I cannot believe this is included with your admission ticket. Why can't parks back home have this? This is great. So the track is pretty big. Okay, that lady's filming on her phone too. She's doing the same thing. Got a beautiful view of Rusutsu, the area. One cool thing about all their rides here, you get a beautiful view of the hills. Oh, you know what? I am in the co-driver seat, like in a rally car, so I should be telling him, giving him instructions. Okay, right one. Oh, you aim for the pothole. Okay, right two. Are you hitting the potholes? Okay. Left three. Oh, that's interesting. There's two steering wheels. Both of them work. Both of them steer the car, so I can actually steer it if I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm filming, so I'm trying to keep this camera steady in this little thing. Okay, I definitely think the single car was faster just because there's less weight on it, with only one driver on there. This is great. So much fun. Oh, and there goes the jet coaster, going right by, overhead. Great. Are you having fun yet?
Yeah.
Yep. Are you happy? Yeah. Be happy? Yeah. Me too. This is great. Okay, we're going underneath the log flume. Yeah, believe it or not, they actually do have a log flume here. Okay, so then we gotta slow down. This is when it's not bumper cars. Okay, this is where we slow down and get off. Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
Okay, break.
So by the way, they also do have a log flume here, and it's a little too cold to ride it, so I don't think I'm gonna ride that one. But that was fun. Fun go-karts, yes, absolutely, so much fun. Did that twice, and for the record too, the employees here are phenomenal. They're so friendly, so nice. They're always smiling and everything. They are really cool here. So small regional parks back home could learn a lot from this place. But this is cool. Okay, so I am actually going to, first of all, walk underneath a coaster station right there. This is something you will never be able to do back home. Walk underneath the coaster station and you're not a maintenance guy, or not an employee. That's the jet coaster train there. And let's see. Okay, that ride is called Safari. That's closed. All the vehicles are covered up. They do have a Dumbo type ride here, and that is actually open too. But I am going to take a bathroom break. That's what I need, and probably should think about getting something to eat. And oh, okay, this is one of the restaurants here. There's not a lot of places to eat at. When I showed that food court one, this is another one here. Interesting how it's decorated. Of course, they've got, look at all these vending machines here. Oh, this is the pizza place. Okay, this has pizza and pasta in here. So evidently at the other place that I showed earlier, they have Japanese food, and here they have pizza and pasta. Ruth and Moose, it's called. Okay, hamburgers, pizza, pasta, ice cream, okay. So this is more American style food here, but I'll just go inside and take a quick peek. slide the door for the record. It's in here. Oh. Oh. So this is what they have in here. Hamburgers, pizza. So, oh, let's see. Oh, it's like a play area for kids. Okay. It's nicely air conditioned in here too. So it's like a little play area for kids. It's really nice in here actually. Let's see what's over here. Okay, oh, the hand washing station over here. And okay, seating area for adults is over here. So, oh, this is, oh my goodness, is this sand? These kids are digging around in here. Oh man, it's sand. Wow, these kids are digging around with shovels and stuff like that in here. Oh man, never seen that, an indoor sandbox. Cool. These are, they call them battery car. And there's no attendant here. You just can walk in here and hop on and drive these little battery electric cars. And there's no height limit. There's only a minimum age. You got to be 7 years or older. So kids under 7 cannot ride these. But see, they're bumping. They're allowing adults to ride this. I cannot believe it. And they're bumping. Oh my god, it's hilarious. They're bumping. And you know what's really hilarious is, look at the rule right there. Drive carefully and do not bump into other cars. They're having the great old time. That's great. That is so funny. We definitely got to do that later, but there's no ride attendant here. So you just hop on. Can you name any other ride where you just hop on and do your own thing? Pretty rare to see that. Okay, so we're gonna go over here and get something to eat. After lunch. Yeah, we're gonna do that. That is the haunted dark ride. So yeah, or walkthrough, excuse me. It's a walkthrough, not a dark ride. But we're gonna do that. So we're gonna grab a bite to eat over here in the food court. And I showed you the interior of this place earlier, but now we're gonna go get a bite to eat. We're all getting pretty hungry. We don't know what this thing is, but it freaked out my wife. It crawled near her foot. Does anybody know what that thing is? Wow, that's the scariest thing in the park right there. So the way this works is you order at the kiosk, and they do take American credit cards too. They took my Visa card, not any problem. And there is an English setting for the kiosk, so it walks you through it. Real simple. And one thing they do have here, also, cold drinking water. Yes, I'm gonna cash in on that. So we got that one right there. The pork katsu cutlet curry. Or excuse me, the Rusutsu pork cutlet curry. That's what we got. So I'll show you what it looks like when we get it. They're actually making it fresh right now. So here's our pork cutlet curry. And Rusutsu pork cutlet curry. So I don't, maybe they use the local Rusutsu pork here, I'm not sure. But we all got the same thing. So we all got the same thing. But it smells good. Okay, I'm getting really hungry too, so I'm gonna chow down on this. So we just ordered our ice cream. And this little cow makes it for you. Okay, did you grab it? Thank you. So we just got done eating. It was really good actually. Very surprised. When I first researched this park from back home, I did not know where to eat or what to eat. So this, I don't know what this is. Just take a quick peek in here. Looks like it's like an indoor play zone for little kids. Of course, they got the gachapon machines here. Oh, okay, yeah, it's like a indoor crawl through area. Little ball crawl through thing out, inflatable slides and stuff for little kids. Looks like they have a stage here too. Maybe they do shows for little kids. Ooh, look at these little thingies you can ride on. Look at these. Looks like you can just sit on these. These look like the other ones you can sit outside. Oh, I see. You put coins in it. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you put little coins in. You can just drive them around in here. Same thing with these little guys here. Okay, after eating our lunch, we're gonna do some of the slower stuff, including the haunted house walkthrough. Not a dark ride, you walk through. Haunted house walkthrough attraction. Okay, I'll do this. I'm not a big fan of these types of things. Okay, like I said, I am not a big fan of these sorts of things. This is called the House of Horrors. So it says, okay, when the red light up there goes out, it says goes in. So here we go. I will go in, and I have my flashlight with me. Oh, door flies open. I have my flashlight with me, so I will be using this if I need to. So yeah, I know I'm ruining the effects. Oh, there's a phone ringing. Oh, there's an air sprayer spraying on my head. A lot less scary when I have my flashlight on. Okay, so I keep going. Oh, there's a emergency exit there if you chicken out. I think somebody did, that's why the door is open. Here, I'll close it. There we go, it's a little darker in here. Okay, got my flashlight so I can see. Yeah, I know, I'm a wimp. I'm just not a big fan of things jumping out at me. Oh, look what they did to the poor duck. Oh, no. Oh, that's what that was. Oh, look what's happening to the duck there. I think the duck did not have a good meal, a good lunch, unlike us. Okay, there's bugs on the walls. Oh, hello. Okay, looks like there's a little projection there. Yes, it's way less scary when I have my flashlight going, I admit. Oh, okay, so these are actually not mirrors, these are see-through. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Oh, compressed air. So there are a lot of early exits if you want to avoid going through here. Oh. Okay, that loud kind of spooked me a little bit there. It's pretty loud. Oh, somebody hanging from the ceiling. More compressed air. Oh, look at that guy. Here's the exit. Whoops. Go, here's the exit, right here. And I'm out. So that wasn't too bad with the flashlight. So I gotta admit, the flashlight kills about 95% of the spookiness, but it works for me, so I made it. Okay, we just had a lot of fun riding on the little battery cars. They are so much fun. I haven't had that much fun in a while. A little tiny bad. They remind me a lot of the driving school cars at Legoland, but those they do not allow adults to ride on. These ones they allow any adults to ride on. And as I said before, there's no ride operator here, so you can just join it. Like this little girl, she's way younger than the minimum age requirement. So you have to be at least 7 to ride these, or that's what the sign says. But there's nobody watching enforcing any rules whatsoever. So you can we turned them into bumper cars a little bit. That was fun. Okay, we're gonna ride the carousel next. So on this merry-go-round, you can take a time trip to nostalgic old days on beautiful horse. Just one. Not horses, just one. Here we are hiking up the hills in this high altitude. Interesting. It's not quite Magic Mountain level, not yet anyway, but whew, you can feel the high altitude here. We just got off of the carousel, and the interesting thing is that the carriages actually rock on it. I thought they would sit still, but that was cool. The chariots, they just sit still. Okay. We are approaching one of the most anticipated attractions that I wanted to ride. I don't know if you call this ride, but when I researched this park back home and I watched some YouTube videos of it, this was one of the things that I absolutely had to do. And it looks goofy, it looks silly, but it is considered an attraction. It is listed in the map as an attraction. It's this. It's an inclined moving sidewalk that takes you to the top part of the park. So here we go. And you just stand on this. So here we go. Now, for those of you at home that haven't been to a lot of amusement parks or a lot of theme parks, you probably have no idea how cool this is and how unusual this is. This is something that, as far as I know, you'll only find here at Rusutsu Amusement Park. So instead of having to hoof it, now you can't take, there's a pathway over there. So you can't take the pathway to go up here where the Ferris wheel is, but there's a Ferris wheel right there. But I'm gonna take the moving sidewalk every time. And you get this gorgeous view behind you. I've been to a lot of amusement parks that are in absolutely beautiful settings. Hong Kong Disneyland comes to mind as one of my favorite settings for a theme park. But this, Rusutsu Amusement Park is, yeah, this is second to none in my opinion as far as how gorgeous the location is. What a perfect place to build an amusement park. And there, oh, there's that pathway. So you can see how steep it is. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty steep. You can walk that way. Oop, there goes the Misho shuttle loop coaster again. That thing is really loud. It's just about as loud as a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop, actually. No Schwarzkopf Thunder, though. Maybe they call that the Misho Thunder? Maybe I've coined a new term, the Misho Thunder. So there are some rides up here, including an Intamin Freefall. I haven't ridden one of those since I rode Demon Drop at Cedar Point. Oh, unfortunately, looks like the Ferris wheel is closed. I see the gondolas are all covered up. Oh, I was really looking forward to that. I can imagine the view you get from there must be really awesome. This is a beautiful park, just stunning. I hope it comes through my video, but I doubt it. Pictures and video just don't do any justice to how beautiful this setting is for this park. So I think we are approaching the end. Oh yeah, here we are. Oop, don't want to face backwards. So we do have to go up a few steps here. So we are at the end. And go up the steps. So let's see what's up here. Okay, they have a swinging ship ride here. The Intamin Free Fall. Oh, I think they're refurbishing it. Yeah, I see some guys working on it. Some guys there, maintenance folks. Oh, my battery's about to go dead, so gotta change batteries. So, anybody back home remember Free Fall at Magic Mountain? It was one of these Intamin Free Falls. Or how about a little bit further back, anybody remember the Edge at Great America? Yep, it was one of these, so I've ridden these things a million times. And as I said, the last one I rode was Demon Drop at Cedar Point a few years before they removed theirs. But these are kind of a dying breed. I don't know of too many of these that are still around, but they do have one here at Rusutsu. Unfortunately, the guys are refurbishing it right now, so I don't get to ride it. Oh, I was looking forward to that, just for the nostalgia factor. Oh, that's the sound of the swinging ship over there. I don't know if they're doing it here, but this is also something I don't think you'll ever see at any other amusement park, certainly not in the US. This is where they do duck racing, believe it or not. And it doesn't look like they're doing any races today. There's the contestants right there. But yeah, it does not look like any duck racing is going on today, unfortunately. Maybe have to come in the summertime. This amusement park doesn't really get into its busy season until like July. This whole area, the summer season, doesn't really kick off, I think, until July. A lot of attractions that are closed now open up in July. Hello. So here's the contestants taking a break from the races. And there's some sheep up here. Yeah, hello. Hi. Hello. I'm sorry, I don't have any food. Hello. Why are they coming over here? You ready to say hello? Okay. Greeting this guy from California? From the Bay Area? Hello. Hi. I know, how are you? Hello. Hello. Are you saying hello? Hello from Rusutsu Amusement Park? Okay. I'll say hello from the Bay Area. I'm gonna go over here though, guys, okay? Just real quick. Okay, this is the Allen Wick Road Train. I don't see that running today. I know, guys, hello! I know, I heard you guys. Hello, yes, hello, hi, how are you? Hi. Yeah, hi. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go over here and look at the train tracks, okay? Is that okay with you guys? I'm just gonna go look at the train tracks, okay. Just the train tracks. Oh, okay, you want to relieve yourself. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I know. When I get nervous, I have to do that too. So, okay, just relieve yourself. Okay. Uh-huh. So there is a train ride here, but it does not look like it's working today. Yeah, you know, this looks like this was a boarding platform for the train ride at one time. There is a train that, you can see the tracks there that go off in the distance. That goes to the hotel. And unfortunately, it looks like I came here a little too late because the boarding platform is all torn up. The tracks, the rails are rusty. And there's no train in sight. That's unfortunate. So we'll head back down the steps here. And these guys are still looking at me. They're saying, what are you looking at that? These guys, what are you looking at that over there? The train is long gone. Well, guys, you know. They're saying, wait, why are you looking at the trains over there, you know? Train tracks. Hi, guys. Hello. Hi guys, I was just looking at the train. I know I wanted to ride the train over there. Can you tell me, when was the train removed? Do you guys know when they took the train out? I came all the way from the Bay Area, and one of the things I love to do is ride trains. Can you tell me? When did they take the train out? Oh, now you guys are, I stumped you guys? You guys are all quiet now. When? Do you know when? Oh, you guys don't know? No, I guess not. You're more interested in that hay there, huh? Okay. Okay, guys. I gotta go. Bye, guys. Enjoy your hay. Enjoy your lunch. Bye-bye. Oh, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go. Bye. Bye-bye. 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 I gotta go. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I had no idea I had so many fans. Fans of the furry variety. So, that was interesting. See, I'm more popular with them. I'm not so popular with the ducks. See, the ducks are just ignoring me. Compared to the sheep. For some reason, the sheep just love me. I didn't know that. Okay. Maybe the sheep are the ones that are watching my videos. So I thought that was a paratrooper ride when I saw it on the map, but it's not. I'm not sure what kind of flat ride that is. Up here at the top of the hill is another restaurant. This is a barbecue place. So I did not know this was here, but okay, looks like it's, oh, they have an all-you-can-eat menu too. Okay, oops, wait, there's a spray here. I don't want to get on my lens. Evidently there's an all-you-can-eat menu here too. Of course, they have vending machines. What an interesting seating area for the restaurant. Just take a peek in here. Oh, I see. You actually barbecue here. Oh, I see. There's a grill here. Okay, okay, okay. Get it. So you get the meat there, I think, and then you can grill it here. Oh, I get it. Oh, interesting. Something you'll never see back home. Okay, gonna head down this steep pathway. Very steep pathway, actually. Whoa. Didn't look this steep on the map. And we're going to be riding the last coaster here that we haven't ridden. That's open anyway. So watch your step if you come here. This pathway is extremely steep. I thought the pathways at Magic Mountain were steep. Up Samurai Summit, but no, they're nothing compared to this. Okay. And it's operating today, yes! So if there was one coaster that I absolutely had to ride here, it's this one, right around the corner here. And this is, if not the weirdest, one of the weirdest roller coasters ever made, that I know of, anyway. And those of you that are coaster enthusiasts will know it when you see it right here. It is this weird looking Japanese coaster known as an Ultra Twister, made by the demented minds at Togo. And there's still a few of these left operating, none in the US. Astroworld had one, and I believe that one was moved to Great Adventure, or vice versa. It started Great Adventure and moved to Astroworld, but it was scrapped quite a few years ago, and that was the only one that I know of that was in the US. But there's still a few of these left operating in Japan. And if you haven't seen one of these, it is, in my opinion, the weirdest roller coaster ever made. And I'll try to describe it here. You sit in these little individual cars, and they're advancing in the station right there. And thankfully there's a lot of people that are gonna ride it here, so I can actually film it in motion. And it has a vertical lift. Are people loaded? Oh yes, people are actually loaded. Great. I didn't know they had actually loaded this car yet. So here we go, if I can catch up to it. There we go. So you know, so they start out riding forward. And there's a little turntable here. Thankfully, there's so many people that are riding it now, so I can film this in motion. I was afraid I'd have to just film the track. There's nothing going on. So then you go backwards to the lift, and then it tips you up vertically. Get ready for a noisy ride. There's a lot of teenagers on this one, teenage girls. So then it goes up the vertical lift. Now this model here at Rusutsu, this is a one of a kind. This is a special model. None of the other Togo Ultra Twisters are like this one, and I'll point that out, why this one is unique. So there they go up the lift. It's not very tall. I'm not sure exactly the specs on this coaster, but it is not very tall. So why it's weird is not because of its height, it's because of the layout. So, and then it goes down the vertical lift and down the track. And I'll film the second half over there. I'll walk over there. And that's it. It's a very short ride. If you do not like to turn to the left or to the right on your roller coasters, this is your favorite ride right here. But they're actually, amazingly, one thing about this park is you can get really close to, here's the brake run, you can get really close to the roller coasters when they're in operation here, but I can't go beyond that rope set up there, but I can go along here. And what makes this Togo Ultra Twister unique is the section of the track right here, towards the end, the turnaround section. All other Togo Ultra Twisters, at the end, they actually, when they're moving forward on the, in this view, on the upper track, they actually stop. And then there's like an inclined section of track that will drop down to another incline. It's about maybe a 45-degree drop, basically, kind of. And then it will actually go through backwards through this section here to return to the station. This model here at Rusutsu is completely unique in that it doesn't do that. It doesn't stop here at the end, and there's no drop track, I guess that's the best way to describe it, that returns you backwards to the station. This one you keep moving forward through the whole circuit, and it dives down from the upper track there to the lower return track down there, and then proceeds through the barrel rolls right here. So I'll show you what that's like when they dispatch another car. Okay, they just dispatched another car, so it's going to be going up the lift hill pretty soon. This is probably one of the most difficult coaster credits to get for Americans. You know, I'm sure if you live here in Japan, you're probably, what's the big deal? It's just a Togo Ultra Twister, but because this one is unique, and it's pretty far, Rusutsu Amusement Park is pretty far out of the way. I mean, we're far from Tokyo Disneyland, or I think we're pretty far from the other bigger parks like Nagashima Spa Land and Fuji-Q Highlands, places like that. Parks that most coaster enthusiasts from America go to here. I don't know of anyone who's done what I have. I'm the only one crazy enough to do this, make a special trip out here to ride this Togo Ultra Twister, this specific one. So I'll show you the way it works. The return section here. So now that I got a better view of it. So here we go. There they go. Yeah, lots of screaming. There's the heartline. So this one is much faster as far as the overall ride time compared to the regular Ultra Twisters, because it has that heartline twist and inverted dive section right there at the end. right before the heartline twist right here on the return run. At least that's the heartline twist and inverted dive is what I've always heard. That inversion element there at the end. That's similar to the inversion element that's on Manhattan Express in Las Vegas. And on that coaster, which is also another Togo coaster, on that coaster I've always heard that maneuver called the heartline twist and inverted dive. So this Rusutsu Amusement Park Ultra Twister does the exact same inversion element. So I'll refer to this one too as the heartline twist and inverted dive. So such a weird roller coaster. It looks weird. It kind of sounds weird. And I'm sure the ride is weird, and I'm going to hop on here in a minute. I'll film one more car go through the circuit here. Okay, they just dispatched another car. It's going up the vertical lift right now. Thankfully, the park has gotten a little bit busier. I think some people were waiting for the rain to clear, or the misty drizzle and the clouds to clear up before coming here. So now there's more people riding, so I can actually film some of the coasters in operation, including this one. So if anybody out there is from Japan watching this and wondering why I'm filming this one Ultra Twister so much, yeah, I came all the way from California to see this and ride this because it's so unusual. So I'm probably dating myself here, but does anyone remember the video footage of the Aero Pipeline prototype coaster? Remember that did barrel rolls? Well, here we go. This is these heartline twists here on the Ultra Twister. That's basically what the Aero Pipeline prototype did. Except Togo was able to do it in a production model right here. Such a strange looking coaster too. Look at the support structure. It's got these rings that go around that hold the rails in place. Very weird looking, but it's all in one straight line. You go out and then you come back. So I guess you could say, in a way, you know, they always say out and back coasters. Hey, here you go. This is an ultimate simplistic version of an out and back coaster here. But I'm gonna stop filming here because I'm itching to ride, and the wait has gotten a little bit shorter because all these teenage girls have gotten off the ride, and I haven't seen them re-riding it, so maybe once was enough for them. So pretty cool. I'm gonna hop on, and my son wants to ride too, so we're gonna ride it together. Okay, I'll hop on in a minute. I just wanted to film another car here since it was just dispatched, and there's not a lot of people coming up here to ride again. So normally I go out of my way to ride really top-rated wood coasters like Shivering Timbers or the Voyage or something like that. So this is probably the first time in my life I've ever gone out of my way to come to a foreign country to ride a steel coaster, a small steel coaster like this. So there it goes. It's going through the heartlines. It's going to do the heartline twist and inverted dive, and then it's going to go through the heartlands. Excuse me, the heartline twists again on the way back to the station. So that portion right there where the final brake run was, on the standard model Togo Ultra Twister coasters, you go through that section backwards. So this one is totally different. So each car, by the way, seats up to 6 riders. So cool, so cool. Now, I don't know who designed this actually at Togo. If you did, please, you have my utmost respect. Because how you thought this up, if you did design this coaster, please do me a favor, leave a comment below. Because I've never seen anywhere documented who designed this for Togo. So if you did design it, please do me a favor, leave a comment below. I'd love to ask you some questions about it. Particularly, how did you come up with this really crazy, unique design? So anyway, enough of my babbling, I'm gonna go hop on. Okay, so there's not a lot of riders left. That one big group of teenagers kind of flew through here, and none of them rode it again. They just rode it once. So I'm gonna film this one while I can here. It's one of the last few ones running here. We just got off, my son and I, and all I can think of was what the beep just happened. This thing is insane. And I've been on, as I haven't done my coaster count, I haven't updated it since this trip, but I've been on about 230 different roller coasters around the world, and this is by far, hands down, no doubt, no question whatsoever, this is the weirdest one I have ever ridden. If you think it looks weird watching videos or seeing pictures of this thing, or even watching my videos of this thing, you should try riding it. It is strange. I wish I could put it in words, but just, you gotta come out here. Come out to Rusutsu and ride this thing. It's the only way to describe it. You gotta experience it for yourself. And there actually is a little pop of airtime as it comes over that hill. I was not expecting that. Weird, weird, weird. It's the best way to describe this. So in case you're wondering how you get out of the cars, the rails stop right there. And there's a support system underneath the track. So that way the rail just to the side of the car is not there at the unload position and the load position. So right there, so that's how these people are able to get out. So you might, okay, yeah, here we go. You actually see underneath here. You actually see those blue wheels right there on the underside. Those are riding on another support rail underneath in the station. So everybody probably is saying the same thing when they get off. What a weird, what was that? I have no idea. But we're gonna ride it again, absolutely. I didn't come all the way from the Bay Area to ride this, to only ride it once and call it quits. So I'm gonna hop right on again. Here we go. Oh, I kind of lied a little bit. I'm just going to film this one car here because it's probably my last chance because there's so few people here in the park now. It seems like everybody considers this a one and done coaster, but I'm the only one wacky enough to do this more than once. And just like that, it's over. Before your brain realizes what's going on, the ride is over. Okay, let's go for a ride. Okay, so my son and I just rode the Togo Ultra Twister coaster 5 times in a row without waiting. And they let us re-ride on the last one. And it still is weird. Every ride, it's just weird. So do yourself a favor if you're a coaster enthusiast, come out here to Rusutsu Amusement Park and get one of the most difficult coaster credits for an American if you're from the US. Yeah, come out here and get this credit. It is worth it. It is, yeah. It is worth it. It is just the weirdest coaster ever made. So here's the view on the way back from the Togo Ultra Twister. And the moving sidewalk is only one way, so you have to walk down this incredibly steep path to go down. So there's the moving sidewalk right there. So just a warning. If it's raining here, be careful on these pathways. But It is about 2:40. And there's a few rides we haven't seen yet, so we'll just do a few more. But we've done all of the coasters that were open. The only coaster that was closed was that one, I guess it was a spinning coaster, I'm not sure because there were no cars on the track. The one that had the brake calipers covered up with tarps. And I think, yeah, that was the only coaster that was closed, that we didn't ride. Oh, I'm glad we did the Go-Go Sneaker. Looks like it is down, some maintenance guys are working on it. I think a lot of people don't know that the Ultra Twister is here because it's hard to see. When you're in the park, it's covered up by trees. It's actually right there behind that row of trees. Overall, I have to say I'm very impressed with this park. Considering it is a small, just local, regional park. The employees have been, all of them have been very, very friendly. And the rides are run very efficiently. I haven't seen any like stacking of trains or cars or anything like that going on. The food was, I liked my pork curry very much, and we'll probably be just doubling up on some of the rides that we missed that we wanted. Oh, I wanted to ride that. See that little spinning flat? There's a flat ride over there. Wanted to ride that, but I will have to hit the restroom first. After 5 rides on a Togo Ultra Twister, yes, I definitely have to hit the restroom. Okay, this was closed earlier. This ride, this is Safari. It's called Safari, and this is something you would never, ever, ever see in the US now. This is, what you do is, you ride in these little Jeeps, and yes, you shoot at the animals as you ride. So let me go around here and get a better view of it. But this is something that is so just wrong in the US now. But yeah, so here we go. See this? So this guy's doing it. You're shooting at Bambi. Right there. Okay. So this is something you would never, ever see in the US today. But I saw this on the park map on their website before we left home, and I said, oh man, I gotta do this if I can, if it's open. So thankfully it just opened, so we're gonna go ride on this. Here's what the vehicles look like. So I think it takes 2 riders on each one. We just got off of the Safari ride and we rode it twice, and I've never been a hunter. Now I know why, I stink at that. But anyway, what's hilarious about it is that when you hit the targets, it makes, when you score points by hitting the targets, it makes this horrifying screaming sound like a scream from a horror movie soundtrack. I'm not kidding. It goes, "Wah!" like that. It's like, oh my gosh. It's kind of horrifying, and that's nightmare fuel. I'm going to be hearing that in my dreams or nightmares tonight, I think, as I sleep. So anyway, so here's this little kid. Hey, here we go, have fun shooting at animals. Here we go. As they say, only in Japan, I guess. Okay, here's another haunted house type walkthrough. It's called Haunted Mirror. So I don't know what this one is. We'll see. So I just did the haunted house walkthrough, the second one. It's a lot longer than the first one. So I used my flashlight again. I didn't film in there, but I used my flashlight again. And a lot of compressed air in there, just like the first one. With my flashlight I could see where the sensors were in the ceiling. So it's a long walkthrough though. Nothing truly terrifying in there. But I'm sure I'm missing the storyline completely. This is the back part of the park. I really want to ride this train ride. This does not go to the hotel, like I said before. That train ride was in the back of the park where that abandoned or disassembled train station was. This is what I want to ride. Actually, the train ride just opened, so we're gonna go for a ride. So Rusutsu Amusement Park is now closed, and my son and I closed out the night on one of the first coasters that we started with right here, the Misho Shuttle Loop coaster. And for some reason they're cycling it empty. I don't know why. Is one of the employees riding? Maybe one of the employees is riding it. I don't know if they do that here in Japan, but sometimes in the US they'll do that. But I'll just film it here since it's the last ride of the night. I think that's the closing park announcement. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if the microphone on the camera's picking it up. They're playing some music. Yes, it's still climbing up the lift hill. So here it goes. Just released. Yeah, that's a completely empty train. I don't know why they're cycling it empty. And final stop in the station. Okay. So we're headed on our way out, and we're not done riding yet. There is a monorail ride over back at the south end of our hotel. It just goes across the street, under the street, to the Westin Hotel. So we're gonna hit that since the park here closes early. It's only 4:30. The park is closed already. So we might be the last guests here. Oh no, there's a few people behind us. Okay, I thought we were the last ones. So that was Rusutsu Amusement Park. I was pleasantly surprised by this park, actually. I was not expecting much or anything from it, but had a good time here. A lot of fun. The employees here are very, very good. Incredibly friendly. Even though there were not a lot of guests here. And you see all the maintenance guys doing maintenance on the Vekoma SLC at the end of the day. Cleaning the bathrooms over there too. But even though the park was not busy at all, I don't think we waited more than 3 minutes for any ride. Usually all the rides are at the most one ride cycle to get on. But the ride, and so a lot of times the employees were just sitting there at the controls of the ride waiting for somebody to ride. But they were all very, very polite. Very friendly, very polite. So once again, Japan always continues to impress with their customer service. So we're gonna head back to the hotel and find out where this monorail is. I'm not sure. I saw it operating last night when we went to the 7-Eleven. So as it says right here, be happy. Yes, thank you, Rusutsu Amusement Park. Be happy. Yes, I've been hearing that all day, and we've been saying that all day. They say that right before you dispatch on any of the coasters and the rides. They always say, be happy. One thing too, notice the weather. Look at that fog coming over. I don't know if it's raining up on top of the mountains there, but wow. I think we're getting out. It looks like it's gonna rain any minute now. I don't know. Pretty ugly out weather coming this way. So, bye-bye Rusutsu Amusement Park. Bye-bye. We had fun. What a great day at the park. And if that were Disneyland, we'd be waiting hours for everything because they would still be having the lousy lightning lanes for everything. Even though there was no wait for anything. We'd be just standing there in the queues waiting for no lightning lane people to get on. In case you can't tell, I'm not a fan of lightning lane. at all, to say the least. So this is the monorail station, and this monorail goes underneath the road out front to the Westin Hotel. So here comes the monorail at lightning speed. Oh, there's actually an operator on board. Here it comes. I hope my camera can capture this. It's moving so fast. Oh, you sit sideways. That's interesting. So we're now cruising along on the monorail, and there's the 7-Eleven, and we're going to be going there to pick up our dinner tonight and tomorrow's breakfast. We're eating in style in the hotel room in our PJs, and that's the Westin Hotel behind it, that tall brown building. Now we're dipping down to go underneath the street. Here we go, going under the street. There is no monorail station for the 7-Eleven. So we can stop here and get our stuff. That's the 7-Eleven right there. So this is the Westin Hotel's monorail station, right here. Pretty cool way to get around. So this is the Westin Hotel. And that's, you get in right there. Oh, there's the entrance right there where the sign is. And this is the monorail station right here. Oh, and there it goes. There's the launch. Look at that acceleration. Faster acceleration than rock and roller coaster. There's an awesome Toyota Land Cruiser right there in the Westin's parking lot. It's a lifted one. So there's the monorail beam, and just beyond these trees here is where it starts to go downward and goes underneath the street. So there's the downward slope of the beam. It goes under the street in that tunnel right there. Cool modified chimney. So there's the monorail. It just came out from underneath the underground tunnel on the street, and it's going back to the Rusutsu Hotel. So that was our last ride of the day. We got one extra ride after Rusutsu Amusement Park closed. And no, that's not, the monorail is not part of the amusement park. So that concludes our adventure for today. I really enjoyed Rusutsu Amusement Park, and we are going to be checking out tomorrow from this hotel. So then we're going to be hopping on a taxi cab or a car driver, and he's going to be taking us to another part of Hokkaido. So and look who's waiting for us. Somebody who's been sitting here watching TV the whole time while we were gone, and probably sleeping too. So I hope you enjoyed this adventure, and I'll catch you in the next video.